As some of you regular journal viewers know, I tend to go on tangents, a lot of them unrelated to geocaching or only related because it was something I had to look up for solving a mystery, or maybe ramble or reminisce or engage in infantile and scatological humor. The old style is I would try to avoid, edit out, or otherwise minimize some of those things. In the new style, well, the new style just leans right into it. The clips are jumping around, there's no central theme, there's a lot of free thought association. Sometimes I'm not really showing the caches that led me to a place or a train of thought, but frankly, we all know that most caches are boring if you're not there yourself finding them. So, if you're new here, this counts as a warning, and if this ain't your first Skimbodio, no, that's a stupid thing to say. If you've been around my block before, well then, who knows, maybe you'll notice a difference, maybe not. The official journal entry starts now! Dear Journal, I tried hard to focus on getting 100 caches in a certain period of time, and then I talked myself down to 50. Life threw me a few curveballs, as life often does for most of us, so I'm happy that I got out over the past month or two to even get 40. Here are my musings on what went through my eyes and my brain in that time period. I've seen my fair share of makeshift dwellings over the years, but a CO known for their ability to find these places has led us to this snack shack, nestled in some nondescript woods, and frankly it's built better than our first apartment. I know 90% of you watching need me to go in there because you're just like me, curious and plagued with jock itch. Wow. Like a foam insulation going on here? Just picture laying down here, just being stared at by that thing. Sorry, it freaks me out. I haven't been this unnerved by feline representation since Ceiling Cat. In contrast to the Ray Mears shack, there was this setup not more than several miles away. This is by far the shittiest golf club I've ever been to. Sports club, not golf club, or maybe sports bar. If I butcher this joke anymore, I would have to sell it for $1.45 a pound. Yes, that is cheap because I harvest the jokes myself and pass on the savings. Moving on. As you see here, I got some new equipment. The invisibility powers granted by Clipboards is well known among the stealthy and paranoid geocachers, so when I saw this fancy one on sale for $4, I purchased it and customized it because I got a thing for stationery. If you're not in the know, a clipboard isn't just for having a hard surface to sign the log on, it gives you a chance to be invisible to Normans, because most people don't want to talk to someone with a clipboard. Think about it. When have you ever had a good time talking to someone holding a clipboard? Never, unless you're one of the 18 people in the world that have a clipboard fetish, in which case, call me. Sadly, this clipboard is like geocache kryptonite because I can't seem to find any caches when it's in my hands. Ugh, this video here is particularly terrible and I just look like a confused old man that likes to walk in goose shit with a clipboard. Now, I was thinking about buying a telescopic pole for cache purposes, but why not just attach a marshmallow roaster to my hiking stick? Throw a camera on there. I've already gotten the cache, now it's time to return it without any difficulties. Yes. Sorry, I just assumed that I would have a difficult time that would serve as a comical contrast to what I just said, but indeed I had no problems returning it, and now I have the additional benefit of being able to roast marshmallows in a fire that I am standing 8 feet away from. When I was in the Boy Scouts, some of us would have flaming marshmallow wars around the campsite, innocently flinging around what was essentially tiny globs of Greek fire from our pointy sticks. Imagine the catapult-like devastation I could have caused with my current 8-foot bastard contraption. I know that organization gets a bad rap from all the diddling, but I can't help feel bad for the legit scoutmasters that had to deal with all the gooey, tasty napalm splotches threatening to burn down the tree line in Hawk Mountain. I regret most of it. Scout's honor. I will say props to you geocaching eagle eyes that found this cache in the full-on summer. Tricky little minx. There was a chess-based cache where you were given the moves for 10 turns and the coordinates were based on the position of pieces after those 10 turns, so instead of taking the time to find a website that I'm sure would have done it for me, I broke out the kid's chess book and played with myself. was looking in the glossary here, and there's a word called zugzwang, which is a situation in the endgame in which a player has no good moves or waiting moves, so they must make a move to their disadvantage. Little did I know there was a chess term to describe my early dating life. Crouching Tiger Hidden Art is what I would name this next segment if I was naming segments. That's the Crouching Tiger, and this is the art. A lovely mural, for some reason, painted in the backish area of the shopping complex by the dumpsters. I just wanted to share it. I feel like the artist got a bad rap. I don't know who any of these people are. I probably should. I'm from the area, but I got nothing. That's all. No jokes, because I couldn't think of any. When I got to where the cache was supposed to be, there was one tiny little clue that gave it away. What a terrible day to be without my for rectal use only stickers. To slap one on the back of this thermometer is peak rectal humor. I should keep them in my glove compartment, but I'm afraid I'll be taking my kid and his friends home from track and I'll be like, oh, I need a tissue, and open the glove box and a roll of for rectal use only stickers will unfurl comically into his lap, and frankly, he doesn't need that happening again. Speaking of cars, do you happen to know where the deadliest intersection in America is? According to Time magazine from 2003 to 2012, it's right here where I'm standing, and I'm secretly farting, and no one can hear me because of traffic. It looks less deadly now that they've addressed some of the issues, but according to a 2008 traffic audit, in a 1-mile stretch of street road that includes this intersection, there were 144 crashes in the 2 years leading up to the audit, and 170 people died or were injured, with 6 deaths at this exact location. And while the nearby cache doesn't make mention of this dubious distinction, I shall use it as a public service announcement to remind you to all look up from your GPS or your phones once in a while. Your man Skimbosh was captain of the safeties in 7th grade, so I fear no intersection, but I respect them. Sure, I abandoned my post and crossed against the light to get to the Pizza Hut mini arcade before the lesser-ranked students got out, but I respected the intersection as a place of collective human ignorance. So, be safe. It's easy to get caught up in the hunt and lose track of your surroundings. And I'm not just talking about geocaching. You know who you are walking while browsing. Whether it's in the city or the deep wood, try to remind yourself to look up once in a while, not just for safety, but so you don't miss interesting things going on around you. I have found an apple out in the wild. Now, it's funny, in a video game, just go and pick that up and eat it, but in the real world, I'm afraid of apple herpes. Also, I'm sure just somebody left it here. I would probably leave something there like that if I had an apple and didn't want it, but I can't help it. There's no net traps. Stop thinking there's net traps.
Chewie, wait, don't!
Alright, well, I don't want to overstimulate anybody by watching this apple, so I'm going to go. That, and I'm worried somebody's going to walk by and they're going to see me talking to an apple.